You, PB from OptionMillionaires.com. It's another morning market video. Just want to go over some upgrades, downgrades, some stocks that are moving this morning. First of all, let's talk about the S&P 500, which came across, and I brought this chart up in OptionMillionaires.com, this head and shoulders pattern. Then the mini one, we broke the 178 line briefly, and then we rocketed higher. Rocketed! It was almost like a trampoline. It was almost like going in for a layup against Dwight Howard, Akeem Olajuwon, Manute Bol, and getting rejected. Not just getting rejected, but getting the ball flung back in your face with such velocity that you get knocked unconscious. It was like, oh, see you later. And look at that move we had up here. Almost a triple top. We'll see we're pulling back here on the futures. S&P 500 futures are rolling over a little bit. This red candle here, I don't know. There's got to be somebody at the Federal Reserve. Maybe they're out for their Christmas breakfast party. Somebody's got to hit the green buy button soon because this is not looking good. Down, wow. Huge, over 0.15%. That's a massive decline. Of course, we're up 300 Dow Jones Industrial Average points yesterday. Off the lows, even bigger than that. So it's a huge move. Let's look at some stocks that are moving. Facebook. Look at the move it's got going to the downside here. They're raising capital, folks. Who would not raise capital in this current environment? Anyone not raising capital in this environment? 0% interest rates, people just running for any kind of yield. Out of their mind. So this is good news. We had this with LinkedIn. A lot of companies raising capital. It's good news. Good news. You know what they do with the capital? They buy back stock. You know what buying back stock does? Increases earnings per share. This is good news for Facebook. Of course, they're going to use it for other means. I think the most interesting note of the whole secondary offering here is that the CEO is using the proceeds, his $2 billion plus proceeds, I believe it is, for tax purposes. What a world we live in. I mean, what he's paying in taxes could probably feed an entire nation for a year. And he's just using it, to pay his taxes. That's great. Isn't that great? It's a great world we live in. Great world. Yes, the rich are not getting richer. They're just getting, smarter. But they're already smart to be rich. All right, let's go on to Disney. Disney upgraded today. You can see it moving higher. Look from a chart perspective. Very bullish. Look at this breakout we had late in the day. Oh, why? Oh, the Federal Reserve came out. It said they were going to taper, which people thought was going to be bad news, but no. And you can see it broke out of this range and up to new all-time highs. It's going to break out to about the $80 level. How about, let's move to some other stocks here. Visa breaking out to new all-time highs. Yesterday, also MasterCard. All of these stocks were kind of lower. I mean, the market was melting. It was melting. Once it got down to that 178 level, quickly broke beneath it, and then we rallied right into the open, right into the Federal Reserve minutes. Let's go to gold, which is taking it on the chin today. You can see gold initially spiked higher, lower, higher. Nobody knew where it was going to go, but ultimately headed to the downside. I think JB, OptionMillionaires.com, got into some. Let's look at the gold futures. Here's the gold futures, and you can see the movement we had, and it's been just, torturous move to the downside. Down almost 3%! I thought everyone was supposed to be buying gold. I guess not, huh? Anyone buying gold is getting reamed. You can go to some of the GDX is getting mauled. I like FCX for downside still. It's not really taking part because it has the copper part of the business, and also made an acquisition that takes it a little bit farther out of the gold business. So FCX, I think. And if you look FCX from a long-term perspective, love it. Love it for downside. You go to a 5-year chart. Woo! And we're right at the top of this. You can extend that a little bit. There we go. Look at that. Looks beautiful. And then let's go to some of the financial stocks. Goldman Sachs ripped higher. And you can see this purple line here is a long-term trend line going back to the November 2008 lows. It's right around Thanksgiving of 2008. Ramping up, and you can see it now above it. That's very bullish for this stock. And you can see it, this line goes all the way back to 2008. Look how clearly and precisely it bounced off it. JP Morgan Chase as well. Big move. But how about some of these insurance companies? How about MetLife? MetLife was up big. How about Prudential? $90. What a huge move off the lows. Huge move. So anyway, just interesting to see this market. Futures are melting lower still. Selling off. And again, it was funny just to see the market kind of selling off the last like 5 or 6 trading days. I think it was 6 of the last 7 trading days the market was lower, and then just ramp and not just make up for those losses, but and then some to new all-time record closing price. So, all right, 2PB here. So I went over a couple stocks there. I'm out of breath. It's early in the morning. Got to go for a run. Maybe have a little less coffee. But either way, we're winding down 2013. What a year. What a year for stocks. We talked about it. I was in the calls New Year's Eve last year, and then also throughout the year. JB was talking about it in the Option Millionaires chat room at the start of 2013, how we were going to get a parabolic move. We haven't had that yet. We've had a nice melt up for stocks, so it's going to be interesting to see where we go from here. All right, that's it, folks. UPB, OptionMillionaires.com. Everyone have a great trading day.